Welcome back to episode 7. Throughout the day, Taehyung tried to help with the presentation, but everyone refused to let him do anything. He spent most of the time near the entrance, hoping to see Jungkook arrive. The party started, but Taehyung felt out of the place. Hee-ji introduced him to her friends, but he wasn't comfortable around them. As the evening passed, guests began leaving, but Jungkook still hadn't came. Taehyung, this is normal. Jungkook often comes late to parties. Sometimes he doesn't come at all. Taehyung felt his stomach. Hee-ji, don't worry dear, he will be here soon. But since it's already not late, why don't you stay the night? Taehyung wanted to say no, he wanted to go home, but where was Jungkook? Why had he left him here? Why wasn't he answering his messages? Sitting alone in Jungkook's old bedroom, Taehyung finally called him. Taehyung, Jungkook, when are you coming? Jungkook, I don't know. I don't know. Sleep? Taehyung, are we staying here tonight? Jungkook, you are. I will send a driver to pick you up in the morning. Taehyung's grip on the phone tightened. His voice came out shaky. Taehyung softly, you are not coming. Jungkook didn't respond. A servant knocked on the door. Servant saw Madam Hee-ji is calling you to her room. Taehyung quickly, Jungkook, I will call you later. Mom is calling me. Jungkook calmed in response. Before ending the call, Taehyung stepped into Hee-ji's room, feeling uneasy. Taehyung, Mom, you called me. Is everything okay? Where is Dad? Hee-ji smiled, patting the spot beside her. Hee-ji, come here, sweetie, sit down, Taehyung said. Though he kept a safe distance, Hee-ji, I can see how sad you are, but don't be. Jungkook is like this. He doesn't like coming home. He is not coming tonight either. But don't worry. I am here to cheer you up. She placed her hand on his thigh. Taehyung stepped in. No, Mom, I'm fine. I said, go, Hee-ji. I'm just trying to help you, Taehyung. We can help each other. She leaned in, sliding off her store. Her dress was dangerously relieving. Hee-ji touched me. I know you wouldn't disappoint me. Taehyung's stomach crunched. Hee-ji, I like you from the moment I saw you. Please help me. Taehyung doesn't understand my needs. She pressed closer. Taehyung pushed her away, panic rising. Taehyung, Mom, stop, please. Hee-ji, Jungkook doesn't love you. That's why he didn't come. He is a spoiled brat. He needs someone new in his bed every night. But I will never betray you, Taehyung. She suddenly grabbed at his trouser. Taehyung's anger snapped. Taehyung slapping her hand. You are disgusting. He stormed out of the room, breathing heavily. But before he could collect himself, a loud voice echoed through the hallway. Taehyung came out. Taehyung stepped out, his heart pounding. Taehyung died. What happened? Taehyung furious. I never thought you would stood this low. How dare you to touch my wife? Taehyung's blood ran cold. Taehyung, what? But I didn't. Taehyung yelling, shut up. Hee-ji told me everything. She said you tried to force her, and our servant confirmed it. The servant stepped forward. Servant, yes sir, I went to give Madam Hee-ji some milk, and saw Taehyung trying to force himself on her. When he noticed me, he ran to his room. Taehyung shouting, what? That's a lie. Taehyung grabbed Taehyung's collar. Taehyung, you disgusting. Shout commanding voice cut through the air. Jungkook, Dad, stop. Everyone turned. Jungkook stood at the entrance, his gaze deadly. Jungkook, thank God you're here. Your husband, Jungkook, coldly, don't finish that sentence. He stepped between Jidang and Taehyung, his voice low and dangerous. Jungkook, if you dare lay a hand on my husband, I swear I will forget that you are my father. Taehyung's breathing changed for the first time in weeks. Jungkook was protecting him. Ji-dung's voice was firm as he glared at Jungkook. Ji-dung, Jungkook, what is all this? Jungkook remained calm, his sharp gaze shifting between Hee-ji and Albert. Jungkook relaxed that. Just trust me for a moment and have some patience. He turned to Hee-ji and Albert, his expression unreadable. Jungkook, now let me know. Prove my husband's innocence. The air in the room grew thick with tension. Jungkook, Mrs. Jeon, go to your room and stay there until I call you. Albert, wait on the balcony. He watched as Hee-ji Jungkook, Taehyung, tell me exactly what happened from start to finish. Taehyung took a deep breath. His voice steady despite the emotion behind it. Taehyung, I was in my room when a servant knocked on and told me that Hee-ji wanted to see me. I thought it was something important, so I went. But when I entered, she started acting strange. She told me Jungkook wouldn't come for me and that he didn't love me. Then she tried to. Taehyung swelled hard, his hand curling into his. Taehyung, she tried to touch me. She said she liked me. She tried to force herself on me. I pushed her away. She wouldn't stop, so I slapped her and ran back to my room. That's when Dad started shouting. Jungkook recorded everything in silence. Then he called Albert back into the room. Jungkook, Albert, I need you to repeat your statement again. Albert's hand trembling slightly as he spoke. Albert, I went to give Madame Hee-ji her milk but when I walked in, I saw Taehyung on top of her. Madame was struggling. When Taehyung saw me, he got scared and ran away. Jungkook hummed, seemingly amused. Jungkook, I see you are sure about this. Albert, yes sir. Jungkook, interesting. Jungkook then called Hee-ji back into the room. Jungkook, Mrs. Jeon. He said Taehyung entered the room on his own, saw you in the dress, lost control and attacked you. He folded his arms. Jungkook, you claimed he pushed you onto the couch and got on top of you. Then Albert walked in and Taehyung got scared and ran. Correct? Hee-ji avoided eye contact. Yes, that's right. Ji-dung watched them carefully, his suspicion growing. Jungkook and Albert, you said you brought milk to Hee-ji, saw Taehyung attacking her and then rushed to help. When Taehyung saw you, he panicked and ran off. Albert, yes sir. Jungkook smiled. Jungkook, Albert, lying is an art and you are terrible at it. Albert's face paled. Albert, what do you mean? Jungkook pulled out his phone and pressed play. A recording voice played back. Jungkook, I called you later. Mom, he is calling me. Jungkook raised an eyebrow. Jungkook, Albert, you were the one. Albert's breathing changed. Jungkook, now let's talk about timing. I received a missed call from Taehyung exactly 15 minutes after that conversation. He told me he was trying to call me when Dad started shouting. So he hung up. Jungkook's expression darkened. Jungkook, so all of this supposed is happened in 15 minutes seems convincing. Hee-ji's hand clenched into his. Ji-dung looked between them, his doubt deepening. Jungkook mockingly, now Mrs. Jeon, you said Taehyung pushed you down and got on top of you, that you fought him off. But I don't see any bruises on either of you. His eyes flickered to the red mark on his cheek. Jungkook is marking respect from that slap, which I assume was Taehyung defending himself. He turned to Albert. Jungkook, and you said you came in with the milk. Saw Taehyung attacking Hee-ji and put the glass down on the table before helping her. Albert nodded quickly. Jungkook tattled his head. Jungkook, so you saw your madam getting us, but you still made sure to carefully place the milk on the table before running to help her. Albert, Stephen, Jungkook, where is the glass now? Albert, trembling. I threw it away. Jungkook raised an eyebrow. Jungkook, oh, after all that happened, you still had time to clean up. Albert got unable to answer. Jungkook smirked. Jungkook, no worries, we don't have cameras in the room, but we do have them in the hallway and kitchen. Let's check the footage and see if your story holds up. Albert's entire body tensed. Hee-ji felt. Jidong finally lost his patience. Jidong furious. Enough of this, Hee-ji. Albert, tell me the truth right now. If you don't, I swear I will make sure you regret it. Albert panicked, immediately falling in his knees. Albert crying, sir, I'm sorry. Madam told me to do this. She said she would reward me with money if I backed up her story. Taehyung never did anything. She tried to him, but when he rejected her, she turned it against him. Jidong's face turned red with anger. He turned to Hee-ji, his eyes filled with betrayal. Jidong, you lied? Hee-ji, desperate. No, they are making this up. That bot Taehyung must have. Albert, Jungkook's eyes burned with fury. He stepped forward, grabbing Hee-ji's waist. Jungkook coldly, I want you, Mrs. Jeon. I told you I wouldn't let anyone speak against my husband before anyone could hear. Jungkook shoved Hee-ji to the floor. Jungkook, I don't care what my father does to you, but if I ever see you in this house again, I will break every single tie with this family. He grabbed Taehyung's waist and pulled him towards the door. Jungkook, come on, Taehyung, we are leaving. Jidong called after them. Jidong, Jungkook, Taehyung, wait. But either of them looked back. Taehyung followed Jungkook, his heart racing. So much had happened in a single night. He couldn't process it all. The only thing he knew for sure was that Jungkook had protected him. Taehyung, where is your driver? Jungkook, he went for dinner when you called the first time. I smelled something off, so I drove here myself. Taehyung, Jungkook, thanks for believing me. Jungkook remained silent, his eyes focused on the road. Taehyung softly, and I'm sorry for my past behavior. Jungkook coldly, if you think that just because I defended you tonight and you obliged, things will change between us, then the answer is no. I did what was necessary, whether I like it or not. In my eyes of the world, in the eyes of the world, you are my husband. That's why I stood by you, not for you. Taehyung, Jungkook, I don't care why you did it. What matters is that you did. You stood up for me when I needed it the most, and now I know how it feels to be accused by something horrible. I really am sorry. Jungkook didn't respond. When they reached home, Jungkook got off and walked straight to his room. Taehyung stood by the car for a moment, feeling a sharp sting in his chest. No matter what he did, Jungkook refused to forgive him. Jidong called every day to apologize to both of them. Jidong, son, please try to make Jungkook understand I made a mistake. I divorced that woman. I truly regret what I did. Taehyung, yes, Dad, I'm trying. He hung up the call, feeling helpless. I really am trying, Dad, but he wouldn't listen. He is fighting with you because of me, with the one person he barely even spoke to before, and yet he refused to even look at me. Taehyung felt lonelier than ever, no matter how hard he tried, waking up early to make Jungkook's One evening, determined to break the ice, Taehyung made Jungkook's favorite snack. Taehyung smiling hesitantly. I made your favorite. Can you try it? And tell me how is it? Jungkook took a bite. It was perfect. He was about to compliment Taehyung when his eye landed on Taehyung's hand. There was a fresh burn mark. Jungkook sternly, what happened to your hand? Taehyung shrugging. Nothing, smile splayed while cooking. It's fine. Jungkook grabbed Taehyung's arm and gripped firm. Jungkook, have you gone crazy? Who asked you to do all this? Did I? No. Are you trying to show me how guilty you feel? Taehyung flinched at the anger in Jungkook's voice. Jungkook, tell me, if I forgive you, will you suddenly accept this marriage? Will you stop saying you aren't gay? No, right? And what if one day I lose control again? You will just accuse me to trying to force you again, wouldn't you? Taehyung's breathing changed Jungkook coldly. So stop this drama and stop acting like we can be a happy married couple, because we never will. Taehyung stared at him as filled with disbelief. Tears welled up, but he refused to let them. In front of Jungkook, he turned and ran to his room. Jungkook clenched his fist. He heard the sound of doors slamming shut. That night, Taehyung didn't leave the room. He cried himself to sleep. Taehyung spent the night next day locked in his room, refusing to eat. The silence in the house was unbearable. By nightfall, he was weak from hunger and crying. Weak from crying, he sat near the window, clenching a photo of his father. Taehyung whispering, Dad, please take me away from here. I miss you. I feel lonely. I feel so alone. I don't want to be here anymore. Tears streamed down his face. Exhausted, he finally stood up and walked to Jungkook's room. He knocked softly. Jungkook, yes? Taehyung hesitated before opening the door. His eyes were swelling and red. Taehyung, Jungkook, I want to go to my dad's place. Can you drop me? I want to go to my dad's place. Can you drop me? Jungkook looked at him. Jungkook, no. Taehyung nodded. Tears played down his cheek. Taehyung softly, I miss him. Jungkook clenched his heart clenched. He yelled, rubbing his temple. Jungkook, it's too late. Now go. In the morning, if you want, you can stay there for a few days. He sat on the stairs, his whole body shaking as he hesitantly saw dragged through him. Why wouldn't he just ask if I'm okay? Why wouldn't he ask if I have eaten? Why does he care? But act like he doesn't. Why does it hurt so much? He cried until it just took over, falling asleep right there on the stairs. Jungkook stood at the top of the stairs watching him. A deep sigh left his lips. He walked down quietly, scooping Taehyung in his arm, carrying him to the bed. Gently, he placed him on the mattress, tucking the blanket around him. He sat beside him, watching him sleeping face. Jungkook whispering, his fingers brushed against Taehyung's cheek, wiping away the dry tears. Strange, Jungkook, why don't you understand? It's hard for me to see you like this. With deep breath, he lay down beside him and closed his eyes. The next morning, Taehyung woke up feeling weak. His body ached from crying and not eating. Slowly, he opened his eyes. He was in Jungkook's bed. His gaze shifted to the side where Jungkook was still sleeping. Taehyung swelled heart hesitated. He reached out and touched Jungkook's cheek. Taehyung whispering, I'm sorry, can't you forgive me? tears welled up again. Taehyung, don't be so harsh on me. Jungkook yelled at me, fight with me, but don't ignore me. It hurts too much. His fingers into Jungkook's shirt as he sobbed. Taehyung, crying softly, I could handle it when you were cruel to me, but this silence, it's unbearable. Suddenly, he felt a warm hand wrap around his waist. Jungkook pulled him closer, his voice groggy but gentle. Jungkook, will you please stop crying, Taehyung? Jungkook, stop. I forgive you. Taehyung blinked in shock. Jungkook softly, but I'm still mad at you. Why didn't you eat for 2 days? Taehyung stiffened. Taehyung, I didn't feel like eating. You scolded me so badly. Jungkook sighed. Jungkook, okay, I'm sorry too. Now let's eat. I'm starving. Taehyung's eyes widened. Taehyung, you didn't eat either. Jungkook smirked. Jungkook, no. Without thinking, Taehyung hugged him. Then, realizing what he had done, he quickly pulled away. Taehyung blushing, I'm sorry. Jungkook clenches. Jungkook, come on, let's eat. To be continued. So everyone, what do you think about this episode? Hope you enjoyed it. See you again in the next episode. Bye bye. Love you.